Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of NASCAR Heat 5, and it is finally here, the time where we're going to enter the Cup Series. We've worked our way through the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series. Now it's time to move into Cup. Now, for our purposes here on the channel, we're going to be skipping the other three series and focusing entirely on the Cup Series. And you can see in the background, it's already given us the option to have our own car, whether we start our own team or add our own team, our own car to an existing organization. So let's go ahead and accept here. And what do we want to do? Now, normally I would be very excited about starting our own team, but for reasons we've talked about in the past here on the channel, I'm going to instead join a team. It gives it a very different feel, and it avoids some of what I feel are unnecessary frustrations with running your own operation. So we're going to join a team, and now it's time to find out what offers we have available. So if we come back over to the far left, these are going to be our 3-star teams. Now, some of these offers came available through hot seat offers, a few of which I showed here on the channel, a few I did not. So we have 3-star rides at Go Fast and Levine, which of course Levine is not even going to exist anymore. But then we have 4-star at Richard Petty as well as Roush. Then we get into our 5-star rides. And of course, I've been teasing you guys with, we had an offer out there that I hadn't mentioned that just sort of came up out of the blue. Now, we know we had Chip Ganassi. This offer came through a hot seat. Team Penske also, I believe, came through a hot seat, although at this point, I can't really remember exactly. But Hendrick was the one that I got out of the blue that I was very excited about. Now, this is where we really have to decide what sort of role-playing aspect do we want to add to the game. For my purposes, now obviously we know what the 2021 plans are for each of these teams and the cars within those teams. But for our purposes right now, we're going to sort of pretend those don't exist. We're going to ignore those and insert our own storyline here. And for me, the storyline would revolve around which one of these seats are going to be available. Obviously, we have the option to join one of these teams, create our own car with our own number and sponsors and so on, and we can go that route. However, based on the way the custom cars look in this game versus the standard cars, the real-life cars, I don't really want to go that route because there is a huge disparity in the quality of the paint schemes. So then it comes down to which one of these 3 5-stars do we want to go with? And for me, at Chip Ganassi, that would be the 42 ride, because we know Kenseth was never intended to be a long-term replacement. Now, Penske, we won't really have a potential ride there because all 3 of these guys are coming back for next season. And then Hendrick, the logical choice would be the 48, since we know that Jimmy Johnson has just retired, since I'm recording this after the Phoenix finale. So those are the 2 real options in my head. Again, we can always add our own custom team to one of these organizations, which is honestly a very intriguing prospect. But I've decided that we're going to fill one of the vacant rides because it just gives a very different feel to the playthrough when you're driving a real-life car. So it's either the 48 at Hendrick or the 42 at Ganassi, and I have decided I'm going to go 48 at Hendrick. Now, obviously, we are filling huge shoes at Hendrick with the 48 car. And again, we're ignoring what we know is going to happen in 2021 with that ride. But I have decided that what could be better than to try to fill the shoes of a 7-time champion. So we're going to choose Hendrick. And now it's going to ask, who do we want to take the place of? And of course, we're going to have a teammate now that has recently been crowned champion. So how about that for a little bit of pressure on us? And any one of these rides obviously would be amazing, but we're going to choose the 48. And at the bottom left-hand corner, you see the option for X to drive my own car. But we're going to choose accept here. We're going to drive that 48. Yes, we are. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about the fact that we're going to drive that 48 car. So what do we want to do? Well, this is our last chance. How do we want to go forward in the season? Do we want to go back, add a series? Maybe we're having second thoughts about skipping some of those other series. We're going to go ahead and start in the 48 with Hendrick. So Warren's coming up to let us know everything is all set up and we're ready to begin. So now as we wait for the loading screen to continue, yeah, there we go. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and start that season. So now, what incentive contract do we want to begin with? All right, do we want top 20s, top 10s, and top 5s in our first 3 races? And really this comes down to how many of these races do we intend to do here on the channel versus how many am I going to simulate. Daytona, we're definitely going to run the Daytona 500. We'll see about Vegas and Auto Club as we move along, but honestly, I want to run them all because I love running the game and I love running these cars. So I'm going to do a couple of top 10s. Top 20s, we should be getting much better than top 20s, but we're going to go ahead and select top 10, sort of a middle of the road right now. So everything is all set. We have a little over $3 million in the bank now. So as I mentioned earlier, plenty of money that we could have started our own team, but I am very excited about this 48 car. So now there's nothing left to do but head to Daytona. All right, folks, here we go. The Daytona 500, the moment we've been waiting for, our first full-time Cup season, and we're at Daytona. So what better way to get our year started? And we're going to be starting from the back. I simply skipped qualifying because I wanted to start back here. Also, a couple of things to talk about in this race. Number one, I made some changes to the AI. I wanted to try to keep them as compressed as we can. They tend to get strung out, get a lot of single file racing as the race continues and unfolds. So I'm trying to combat that as best I can by having the starts very compressed, and also the difference between the best and the worst AI as far as speed, as small as I can get it. I don't like to use that setting at every track simply because it causes some issues with AI behavior, but here at this track we want them to be very close together, so let's hope that works out. Also, I've made some changes to our car to slow it down. We've seen both in the hot seat offer as well as in the past that sometimes, ooh, look out. Yeah, these guys are way out of the gas, and I'm trying not to just drop to the inside and pass a lot of them all at once. You can see them just juking around, a lot of 3 wide right now. And already they're starting to spread out. But I have tried to slow down our car, take some speed out of it. And I did that in a couple of ways. Number one, for those of you who've been with the NASCAR Heat Series for quite a while, you know that air pressure is a huge deal. So I've dropped the air pressure quite a bit in the car to take some speed out of it. Also, I've tightened up the car. So there are going to be some times, ouch, hello. So there are going to be some times where I'm going to have a hard time keeping the throttle down full throttle simply because the car gets tight. So I'm hoping that through a few different adjustments to the car that this will make it harder for us to get to the front. Yeah, these guys are way out of the gas. Way out of the gas. We do have drafting partners. If you look on the left-hand side of the screen, toward the bottom, just above the track map, you can see that right now we have a drafting partner, our teammate in the 9 car. Our champion teammate, I should say.
Stay on the bottom here.
But yeah, these guys are way out of the gas quite a bit.
Stay on the bottom.
All right, unfortunately, our teammate is not quite close enough to give us a nice bump here, so we're going to try to do what we can. I would like to keep him as our drafting partner as we work our way through the field. In fact, if you look ahead of us, these guys are already starting to spread out. So that's not good. That's not what we want.
Careful, still there.
And what we'll do as things progress through the race, if we need to tighten the car up even more, then I'll probably just do a pit stop and do some things like add a bunch of wedge to the car or take even more air pressure out of the car. But we'll make some swings at it if we need to. Right now we're able to move forward, but it's proving to be a little bit more difficult. Like right now, we're moving forward, but it's hard to keep speed because nobody was behind us. So at least we don't have enough speed that we can just blow them away all by ourselves right now. That's one good thing.
Still there.
All right, so just a second ago, I have to share this with you guys. I don't spend a lot of time looking at the track map, but on these tracks, on the plate tracks, I do look over to the left from time to time to see who our drafting partner is and if we have one. I just took a look over and happened to see the 48 banner on the track map, and for a second there I was like, oh, why is it showing us the 48? And yeah, that's right, we're driving the 48, so it hasn't really sunk in just yet that we're driving this 48 car. It's going to take me a little time to adjust to that. Big shoes to fill.
All right, 10 to go. Keep it nice and smooth.
All right, so now we have the 3 as our drafting partner.
Clear.
Nowhere to go right now. As, yeah, I'm way out of the gas quite a bit here. Let's try.
Careful, still there.
Yep, still way out of the gas. All right, there we go. We got a nice run here. And yep, C's parted. Does anybody go with us? Well, the 3 car would, but he's not close enough. So we'll see what happens. All right, so far so good. Looks like we're going to make up some positions. Still, there's that 14 ride, which is going to be Clint Boyer in the game. But of course we know that is not going to be the case any longer.
Wow, that's fast. All right, clear outside.
All right, once again, way out of the gas. And what I consider to be way out of the gas is about 50% throttle or less. So if I'm down at a quarter throttle or all the way entirely off the throttle, I would consider that to be a significant amount. So a nice run here on the 41. Let's pull out, and unfortunately nobody's behind us, but we've got enough of a run.
Still there.
And you can see through the corners, these guys are much slower.
Stay low, stay low. All right, you're clear.
Which is a little bit concerning. That I'm still this much faster.
Wow, that's fast.
But it's because they are simply lifting a lot.
Careful.
Like they're slowing down a lot in the corners. You can hear me on and off the gas.
Careful, still there.
I don't want to lose too much momentum. All right, let's pull in behind 11. Get a little bit of a draft.
Stay low, stay low.
Slingshot by him. And here we are in the top 5.
Clear up top.
All right, so 15 laps here in stage 1. We're still on 25% race distance. That hasn't changed. But we'll have to see how the strategy goes. Do we pit during these races? My guess is that, yes, at some of the tracks we will. Others, probably not. Just based on the length of the track and the length of the race. 400 miles versus 500, that kind of thing. All right, let's go ahead and go to the outside.
Still there?
Oh, hello. Okay, he decided he really didn't want to give up that spot.
All right, you're clear there. Got a car coming inside.
I know
now.
we're clear. We're staying up here. I want to see, can we get somebody to follow us?
Inside. You got
the
room.
answer is
you're
no.
Clear.
He did not want to go with us. I basically had to force him to come with us. So the outside lane is not going to be good. All right, come on, 32. I believe that's the 32 behind us. Yeah, there we go. Drafting partner 32. I need him to get up to us.
Got a car coming inside now.
Here he comes. All right, gave us a little bump there, a little bump there.
Stay high
So he's
here.
trying. You see, we got a nice run down the straightaway.
Careful.
Let's see,
Still
what's
there.
the 62 going to do? Is he going to stay up there? Looks like he's kind of
Hold
in
your line,
between
got
it.
one inside.
He doesn't want to give up the bottom, which he should not do, because you can see
Got a
the
car low
outside
now.
lane is pretty much non-existent.
Hard to go, driver.
And it's looking like
Careful,
what we've
still
seen in
there.
the past, where we can get up here and we can push somebody to the
Inside.
front, but these guys, unfortunately, ouch. Okay, he's all over our bumper right now. He's trying.
Careful.
I'll
Still
give him
there.
that. But we just can't get anything formed up here. We can get a small run every now and then, but overall we're losing spots
Stay
up
high
here.
up there.
But we're going to give it a shot here for a little bit, as long as he'll stick with me anyway.
Inside.
As long as he can stick with me, I should say. Because he falls way back. So not only does he have to get off of our bumper,
Still there.
but he falls way behind. Because there you can see it. If somebody pulls up in front of us,
Still there.
we get a huge run. And we can definitely make up some ground. We just can't get anybody to hang with us for long enough.
Looking inside now. You got room. You're clear there.
All right, so we're clear. So our first experiment, going to the outside lane, lost us, what, about 4 spots?
Careful. Still
3
there.
or 4 spots is what we ended up losing there.
All right,
and look
you're
at the
clear.
momentum we've got. That's what happens when you don't lift going through the corner until you get right to the bumper.
Stay low. Hold your line. Got one outside.
All right, 95.
Careful. Still there.
Up the track just far enough to give me the room
All
I
right.
needed.
You're clear there.
I love the look of this 51 car. That's a nice looking car.
Still there.
All right, and Brendan
Still
Gaughan
there.
leading the train. Unfortunately, it's a single file train, but he's leading nonetheless. And we're back. Took us a couple of
Still
laps,
there.
but we're right back to
Stay
the
with the
front.
line.
All right, what are we going to do?
Still there.
Brendan Gaughan is going to give us the bottom. Thank you very much, sir. And now that the end of the stage is very close, we're going to try to win this stage.
Stay
That
on
seems
the bottom.
appropriate for the 48 car if we can get up front and try to lead.
Got one outside now.
All right, there we go.
Got one peeking
You can
outside.
see these guys
All
are
right,
teaming
you're
up
clear
on
there.
us on the
Hold your
outside,
line. Got one
getting
outside.
some nice runs. I like that.
You got room. You're clear.
So we've made our way up to the front, but it looks like we're going to need some help in order to actually take the lead. So final lap,
One more to go.
and we're coming after that win. We want the stage win. All right, so I'm trying to back off as little as I can through the corner. That means ducking out of the draft, trying to get a nice run. Let's try to see if we can push the 11 up and by. He didn't. Oh, look out. We're going to wreck.
Still there.
Got hooked to the 11 there. He was hooked to the 62. I was hooked to him, and that could have been bad.
You got room.
But
You're
thankfully,
clear.
this game has quite a bit of patience built in for that kind of thing, and it allows you to beat and bang a lot. So we'll come home second. Not quite what we were looking for the stage victory, but Brendan Gaughan finds himself up front at a plate track. So estimated fuel 33. We got 35 laps remaining. Okay, and everybody's pitting. So let's just go ahead and pit, and let's add some wedge to this car. Let's try to slow this thing down even more. I'm going to put about 53% in it. We'll go ahead and change the tires and advance on. So where do we come out? Yikes, our pit crew is not good. Either that or they didn't take tires.
All right, be
Well,
smart
who knows
out there.
what the
Going green.
difference was.
Ready.
But this means, I'm actually happy it turned out this way. I like that. Because it means we get to have some more fun. So yeah, a few reasons why we dropped as many spots as we did.
Stay
Number
low,
one
stay
is
low.
the other guys might have just taken fuel and no tires. Because we didn't need a whole lot of fuel. I mean, we could have gotten by with just a splash, really.
Still there.
So that's the primary
careful
reason,
there.
most likely. But then there's also the possibility of the tire change,
Car outside, hold
of
the line.
leaving it at the default of 2 cans, even though there's no way we're fitting much more than maybe
on
a
the
fourth
bottom.
of a can in there. Probably not even that much. All right, we got a huge
Careful,
run
still
here.
there.
Let's try to pull down to the inside, make up a little ground.
Careful. Still there.
Ooh, way out of the gas, way out
Car
of the
high.
gas.
Careful there.
Let these guys gather it up. Ouch. Somebody's into our right rear, and
You're
that
all
is not
clear up
good.
top.
It's going to send us into a tailspin if they're not careful. All right, huge run on the 41. Oh, and he lifted right as we
Careful.
got to him.
Still there.
That could have been a big wreck.
Stay on the bottom here. Car outside.
All right, so we're up to the 15th
Careful.
position.
Still there.
I forget exactly where we started. We lost, what was it, 24 spots, I think?
Outside,
So we were back in the
outside.
mid-20s, and we've gained about 10 spots, 10 or 12 since we've come back to green. Yeah, this car is definitely tight. This car is definitely tight. And I like it.
Stay low.
I like it. So it's really going to challenge me in traffic to be able to stay in the gas
Still there.
without shoving the nose up the track. So that was a good change. I'm glad we added 2% wedge. By the way, 2% wedge to add like that would
Stay
be
low,
a
stay
huge
low.
change. That's a lot.
You're all clear up top. 10 laps to go.
All right, 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. See if we can move back forward. Again, we've made it a little bit more difficult on ourselves
Stay low.
to do that now. But we've definitely got some speed
All
through
right,
the corner.
you're clear
No
there.
question about that. All right, Joey Gase, if you're going to pull down here, let's go. And right now I am, it looks like I'm lifting the rear end of his car off the track. Oh, look out. These guys are slowing down.
Inside. You got room. You're clear there.
Ouch. Come on, Gase.
Careful. Still there.
Running this off the track, so I'll back out of it a little bit. Let him back in line. But, yeah, he wasn't doing us any favors
Still there. Careful. Still there.
Tight, tight, tight. Even with me being that
Stay
tight,
on the
we
bottom.
still had a
Got
nice
one up
run
top.
coming off the corner. All right, so we couldn't keep that position
Careful. Still there.
because we simply didn't have any drafting help.
All right. You're clear.
All right, so 24, I was trying to shove him forward. He chose to move up the track instead.
Still there. Clear high. Clear high.
Oh, wow. Huge run here. And we're backing out of it. Nowhere to go.
Still there.
All right, drafting partner, our
Stay
teammate.
low.
Bam, you
You
can
got
probably
room.
hear
You're clear
that.
there.
The sound it made, it looked like he just ran us over. But a nice friendly bump. So if I thought he would follow me high and he could stay with me, I would go to the second lane. And just for fun, I might even go to the third lane. But I don't think he's got enough speed to stick with us through that. He's already fallen back a little bit. And we are glued to the 10. The 10, leaving that bottom open. And, oh, no, he shut the door on us there. That is a very dangerous move to make. But he decided he did not want to be on the high side, and he saw us coming. So now we're going to try to shove him through. Part of me wants to
Stay
jump up
low,
there
stay
and
low.
shove that 20. Or excuse me, the 95. I'm thinking
Clear high,
driver
bud.
and not car. And I can already foresee that's going to happen to me a lot. Now that we're moving into 2021, of course, we all know which drivers are going to which cars in the changes. So I'm going to find myself, I'm sure, calling these guys by the wrong names. All right, where are you going, Amarola? The answer is he's going to block me wherever I go. Good move on his part. And right now, we're just shoving him. You can see on the left-hand side of the screen, we have not one, but two drafting partners. Ooh, Amarola, he wants to pull us to the top. And I have to be careful because I am extremely tight right now. So we can, and we'll get into that wall
5 to go.
if I'm not
This
careful.
time by. Stay on the bottom.
All right, we need a little help here. Where's that 34 trying to help us out? It's showing us the drafting partner is still the 10, but I can assure you he wants me to be his drafting partner, but I'm trying to get by him. All right, let's see if he's going to block it.
Careful, still
Nope,
there.
he left it open that time. What he's been doing is as soon as I get to his bumper, he's been sliding down the track to the inside to keep me from making that move. And we got a little bit of help this time.
Still there.
At least I think we did. Yeah, there we go. They're going to come with us.
Careful, still there.
You can see he's still with me. This is not going to be easy, even with help. Because this car is scrubbing off some serious speed right now with the changes that I've made to the setup. So this is turning out exactly the way I wanted it to. And there you have it. He's pulled back ahead. A little bit of help has propelled him back to the lead.
All right, clear outside.
All right, let's pull back in behind the 10, try to catch a little draft. Because the guys behind us are really having a hard time keeping up with us. The 10 was able to stay on our outside and eventually get back by us out there, but the guys behind, it's very single file for probably, just based on what I can see in my mirror, probably the first 10 spots. And then we got some 2x2. All right, so a big run on the 10.
There. Top 5, that stayed. That'll get the job done.
What just happened? Did we have a caution come out that I didn't see? Because that was a very odd place to end. I don't know what happened there. I'm just going to assume it was a caution. Let's just do that. There was a caution that came out and ended the stage right there. So we will not be pitting, although I'm very tempted to. Wow, that was different. So our official narrative was the caution came out to end the stage on the final lap.
Hold your line, got one inside.
The bad thing is, every time that happens, the force feedback goes nuts. And it wants to yank it, the wheel almost out of my hand.
Stay high
So
up here.
for that reason, same reason why I do not like it when it happens at the end of a stage if we're outside the top 10.
Got one down low now.
It is not a fun experience with the force
Still there
feedback
inside.
as high as I like to run it.
Careful, still there.
Oh,
You got
hello.
room, you're clear there.
All right, we are in the middle of this sandwich. One in front, one behind. That is not where we want to be.
Car high, careful there.
So we're going to try to get out of that. And hopefully take the lead. Oh, he's got some serious momentum coming on the high side. This is starting to remind me of the race we had in the 95 car, oddly enough, at Talladega, where we eventually come home with that win. All right, 10, yeah, once again, he's going to try to block our moves. Let's see what these guys behind us have. For right now, I'm content to just ride here behind him since we don't have any momentum coming from behind. All right, you can see he's going to drift up the track some, and that'll last just as long as I'm behind him. But as soon as I start to move to his inside, he is definitely going to block that position, which is exactly what he's supposed to do. All right, the 95 got a little bit of momentum on the high side. Nope, he's going to go up and block that.
Got a car coming inside now.
All right, so the 95 is coming. He's now inside of me. Okay, I'm going to need the 10 to stay still.
Careful, still there.
All right, the 1 was coming with us. Oh, we got up in the wall.
Car there on the inside.
Easy now.
Got one peeking inside.
Who is that behind us? 66. All right, so the 66 is the one shoving us every which direction. All right, so we did hit the wall, and of course that shaved off a ton of speed.
Say
But the
hi
damage
up there.
probably wasn't a very big deal. Regardless, we won't be coming in to fix it anyway, so doesn't really matter.
Got one peeking inside.
So we've
You got
accomplished
room,
our
you're clear
task for... Ouch. We've accomplished our task for the first 2 stages. We've gotten a lot of stage points, not quite a
Still
stage
there.
win, but we've gotten a lot of stage points. Now, our goal is to finish it off with a good, strong run and see if we can't get up there and contend for this victory.
Still there.
All right, Carter, let's see what we can do. Can we move forward? Now, I can't see
Careful. Still
behind
there.
him, so I'm hoping that we don't run into any more walls.
Stay high up there. Got one down low now.
All right, so we're going to have to get
Still
back
there?
to the bottom. I'm not in a terrible hurry to get back to the bottom because there's plenty of laps left in the race, so not a huge hurry.
Stay high. Stay high.
I really want to see if this high side can work. The 13 is going to wear out our bumper.
Careful. Still there. Got a car coming inside now.
All right, let's see if we can pass that 73. The answer is
Still there.
nobody's going with us, so the answer, I think, is going to be no.
Inside.
Oh, here comes the 13. Yeah, there you go. So when you have an already very tight race car, you're running the high
Careful.
line,
Still there.
and somebody bumps you like that, yeah, that,
Careful,
look
still
out,
there.
we're in the wall again. Just
Got
barely
one
this
down
time.
low now.
But yeah, this is, whoo, this is tight. Huge amount of speed. I mean, we're at 207 right here in the draft.
Stay high. Stay high.
209, I think I saw before we finally had to get out of the gas. And in front of us, the other car that we could have been driving.
Careful. Still there.
All right, 00, what do you want to do? You going to block us or you going to let us go low? Now that I've got to run. Nope, he's going to let it go.
Stay on the bottom here.
And we're back to the 73.
You got room. You're clear there.
Ooh, way out of the gas there. Oh, yeah, let's go to the high side. I just can't stand it. I want to go
Careful,
up
still
here so
there.
bad. And we've got time to play around with this.
Clear down low. Careful. Still there.
Way out of the gas there. All right, can we get down to the bottom? Now, we've got no help, so I'm going to try to stick as close to the 95 as I can
Still there.
and get what draft I can off of him. Because we just need to stay there until we get to the corner.
Still there.
We should be able to complete
All
the
right,
pass if
you're
I can
clear
get these
there.
guys in front of us to stay in the gas long enough. All right, so the 62, is he going to stick to the bottom? Yes, at least for the time being. So he's going to block that. So right now, everybody is content to stick to the bottom. Let's see how long that lasts. I see the 43 up the track. Come on, 62, let's go. Let's go by him. No, no such luck. So Brendan Gaughan did not want to pass right there. All right, so we're sitting here in 5th. So obviously, this would be a great
Time to go.
points day when you combine the 2 stages plus a top 5 finish. But naturally, that's not what we want. We want to race for the win. All right, so these guys are all going to run single file. No real pressure from behind. Way out of the gas there. Which is expected. I mean, you expect to be out of the gas quite a bit when you're in the draft, especially when they get single file like this.
Still there.
The difference is these guys are really, it's almost like you're brake checking each other up there. All right, there we go.
Stay low.
They gave us the bottom open. We'll happily take that.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
All right, so now I would really like to see that outside lane keep momentum and keep some cars in it. All right, I'm gonna run a little higher here. We're not gonna be able to pass him up here, but basically it kept me from having to lift in that corner, so I'll take it. All right, coming to, how many laps left? 8 laps remaining. So if we can get to the lead, then that would be awesome. He's left us the bottom open, so we're going to give it a shot. I don't know if we got enough to go by him. Let's see.
Careful.
We need some help. Where's our help? Oh no, the help is going to go to the outside.
Got one peeking
All right, so
outside.
now we're going to lose a few spots
Car
because
outside.
nobody is helping us, quite frankly.
Car high. Careful.
Not a single car pulled in behind us on the straight. They went pure momentum,
Clear high, bud.
which was all to the outside. All right, so we'll back up, try it again.
Careful. Still there. All right, you're clear there.
All right, so once again, the guys behind us do not have a lot of momentum. So if I pull out, the same thing is likely to happen as it did last time. They'll go to the high side and leave us without any help at all. So I really need these guys to close in on us and get right to my bumper, and then I can pull down and see if any of these guys are going to go with me. All right, here we go. The 00 is here. Perfect scenario would be for him to latch on right now, us to get a great run down the back stretch, and then pull and go by him for the lead entering turn 3. But you can see that is certainly not going to happen because he's already fallen back.
Five to go.
Let's go.
This time by.
I'm going to pull out of the draft a little bit, try to slow us both down, and bring the rest of the pack back to us. Because we cannot make this pass on our own. We're not going to be able to get by, which is a little odd given the way the game does the 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star teams. And we're a 5-star car and we can't pass the 32 all on our own. That would be a little odd, but be that as it may. Let's see, who is that behind us? Is that still the 00? I think it is. So I need these guys here. We got 4 laps remaining. So we've already laid out the perfect scenario under which we can take the lead. And you can see me fighting this car to hold it down reasonably close to the bottom. All right, here we go. Nice run. We need the 00 to go with us.
Stay low.
In the corner, we got a shot through the corner of him going with us.
Still there.
All right, he's not really close enough. There he comes. All right, come on. Oh, he backed out of it.
Car high. Careful there.
And there comes the momentum on the high side. All right, so we need to have a talk. We had the 00 spotter. All right, the 96 wants to draft with
Careful,
us.
still there.
Where is the 96? Where was he? Oh, wait, he's way back there. No, he can't even get to us from where he's at. Yeah, we need the double zero to hook to our bumper, and we'll get to first and second if he'll do that.
Still there?
Right now, there is nothing I can do.
You're all clear up top there.
Yeah, the 62.
All right, now, I need 2 more good laps from you.
All right, 2 more laps. Now it's the 62. We need the 62 to go with us. All right, I'm going to push the 32 a little bit here. Well, maybe I am. I'm going to try to.
Stay high
I'm
up
not
here.
going to his outside. Because as much as I'd like to believe the 62 was going to go with me and push me to the lead, I don't think it's going to happen. And you can see we don't quite have enough speed now. Yep, the setup is working exactly as designed right now. It's taken a lot of speed out of this car.
1 more to go.
All right, final lap. I need to get him up off the bottom without just shoving him out of the way. That's always one option. But, ooh, he's leaving that door open for me. All right, where's the 62? What's he going to do? All right, 62. Nope, he's going with the 32. All right, so we're going to have one more shot at this. Oh, wait.
Careful. Still there.
Oh, we're locked. We're locked. Yep, he had just enough. Yep, nowhere to go. So here at the end, we'll come home in second. So yeah, through 3 and 4, I was trying to get under him. He drifted up the track, left the door open, but I couldn't quite get there. He had just enough car there to block me. Now in real life, that would have led to a wreck. But because I would have been into his left rear. But we know in the game, these things are like bricks going around and you just cannot hardly move them. Yes, there's options that you can adjust how the AI behave, but I prefer not to have a bunch of wrecks, so we'll just leave it as is. So second place, again, a great points day. Let's move forward and see what that's going to do. All right, so once again, we're going to lose 50% of our contracted team payout, which makes no sense whatsoever. $829,000. Yeah, that will certainly help the pocketbook. So there you have it. Point standings. We are the leader. Looks very weird to see us next to the 48. I'm not going to lie. That is going to take some getting used to. So even with the victory, the race winner is not in the points lead. LaJoy gets the victory, which is awesome for him, but we come home in the points lead. Awesome. So 53 points for us, 44. So we come home 9 points ahead. The really interesting thing here is look at the names in the top 10. You got Brendan Gaughan, Corey LaJoy. You've got, who else is in here? Quinn Hoff. Yeah, those are some names. Daniel Suarez in the 96. You wouldn't expect to see all of those guys in the front. But that's Daytona for you, and that's NASCAR Heat for you. So let's go ahead and continue on. So at the end of today's video, I'm pleased. We made our decision on who we're going to be driving for in our very first Cup Series season, and we come home with an amazing finish at Daytona. Great stage 1, great stage 2, and a second place finish overall. We are the regular season points leader as of now. So thank you so much for joining me, and stay tuned for more career mode gameplay in NASCAR Heat 5.